Hello and welcome to another preview YouTube video, and thank you very much to Frontier Developments for providing access to F1 Manager 23 this year, and yes, that is Yuki Tsunoda in a Mercedes race suit. You don't need to worry about that, he's doing great, I promise you, and he definitely didn't finish 20th in Bahrain. Don't worry about it. Anyway, today we're not doing career mode. Today we're going to be looking at one of the exclusive scenarios included in the deluxe edition of the game, which is taking Fernando Alonso, hopefully, to a podium or higher. Well, I suppose the podium is the highest you can get. First place is what I mean, in Monaco. Now, you may recall this Monaco race earlier in the year in real life. Fernando Alonso made a bit of a whoopsie with his pit strategy, which ended with him, well, not winning a race he possibly could have won. So we're going to give that a go today and see if we can do any better. And maybe we can get that nice shiny trophy. A gold one, even. Right, here we are in the exclusive scenarios, also a couple of pre-order scenarios as well, which hopefully you've picked up by now, and we have many choices. So the one we're going to be going for is the Matador, which is, like I said, in Monaco, and we're trying to get Fernando Alonso that sweet victory / podium. We'll see how we get on, but our objective here, just on the right hand side of the screen, Fernando Alonso must finish higher than second. After undercutting the Red Bulls, Alonso is leading the Formula 1 Monaco Grand Prix, however his early pit stop has left him on older tyres than the cars rapidly closing in behind. Block your rivals and sail to victory on this historic circuit. A historic circuit it is, not one of my favourites by any means. If you've seen any streams where I've driven Monaco myself, not my favourite, not even close, but this was a fantastic race to watch this year, and I was actually quite upset that Alonso didn't manage to get that victory. So we'll see how we can get on. Fingers crossed. So here we are in game. We are on lap 70 of 78. We do also have control over Lance Stroll here. So I say control, we're telling him what to do, and hopefully he's listening. Stroll is currently in 6th. Alonso is in 1st place. However, he is on 42% on his tyres, and that's out of 100. 100 is perfect condition. 42% is not good condition at all, really. So this may be difficult, but let's hit play and see where we are. Right, Alonso is currently, waiting for the times to update, there is a yellow flag as well. Alonso is currently 3.5 seconds ahead of Verstappen, who is, let's have a look, on 54% used, well, 46% used medium tyres, as well as Perez, who's just behind, 52%. Okay, well, that's not the worst thing in the world. They're clearly going to be losing performance quite rapidly. However, in the 5 seconds or so that we've actually played, Alonso's tyres have already gone down by another percent, so that's concerning. Now the question is, what do we do here? Because we absolutely cannot pit. If we pit now, we will end up, I mean, we may even end up somewhere 15th or 16th, well, not 16th. Poor Logie Sarge is over a lap behind, so that's not great for him. But if we pit now, we will probably end up dead last, other than Logan Sargent. So that is not an option already. We have a good amount of fuel and a good amount of battery. So if we make clever usage of that, fingers crossed we can handle this. Fingers crossed. So, what is the plan here? Piastri and Magnussen are pitting. We don't need to worry about them. I mean, they're way behind. Perez has dropped back a little bit further, or that was probably just the timed updating. Verstappen is closing on us. So, I think what we're going to have to do is maybe squeeze out a bit of battery around the faster parts of the track, i.e. Sector 3, and, well, see what we can do here. We're definitely going to push a little bit on fuel. There's no need to be really concerned with those. The tyres at an okay temperature. Looking okay so far. So we'll push a little bit on the old fuel. And then actually, while we're in this faster part of the track, we'll just use a bit more energy. And hopefully try and build up a bit of a gap. Now, here's the question. We also have ERS Battle Assist, which will give Fernando a little extra energy in case he needs to defend himself, which he's going to need to do rapidly, because Verstappen, within the length of one lap, has closed by 1.5 seconds, which is very concerning. Now, the thing about Monaco is because it's such a slow track, we are going to be harvesting a lot of energy, even if we are using a lot of it. So, that's good.
Got lots of energy whenever you need it.
That is good. So that will help us a little bit. And like I said, we can still push on fuel as well. Lance Stroll, by the way, don't really need to worry about him. I think he can handle himself. He's not really in a good position. He's 13 seconds behind 4th, 30 seconds ahead of 6th. He's going to finish 5th, barring a massive breakdown, which, admittedly, you never know. But he's looking okay. We don't need to worry about him. We need to just focus on Fernando, keep him ahead, keep that energy in track. Verstappen has just set the fastest lap on extremely used mediums, which is concerning, but there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to speed up just a little bit to 2 times. We're going to keep an eye on that gap to Verstappen and see what we need to do. We're not really pushing too hard. We're burning the fuel a little bit. He is gaining on us, so we're going to squeeze out a little more energy.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
Now the question is, how hard is Alonso going to defend this place? Because I'm hoping he does not give up. Does not roll over very easily. Now the goal for this is to finish 2nd or higher. I would really like 1st, however I accept with the absolute monster that Max Verstappen is. That is not entirely likely. However, we'll give it a damn good go. Win or lose, it's going to be a great time. F1 Manager 23 is available now on Steam and on consoles, so make sure you go and have a look at it. And like I said, these scenarios, 12 of them are exclusive to the deluxe edition, which obviously available now, and there's a lot of fun to be had. The game is a big step up from last year, I think, especially, one thing we haven't had a look at yet, helmet cam, which I absolutely adore. It is making me feel a little bit queasy, especially around here. I've just noticed that Verstappen is within DRS range of us, which, given that we're in Monaco, is not, you know, we don't need to panic. We might need to panic. He is within half a second. Alonso, I'm going to need you to... Well, the problem is I can't really push your tyres anymore because they will explode. So, we're going to top up the energy a little bit. We're probably going to lose P1 any second now. Now this is slightly different to real life, of course. In Monaco, in the real life race, we had a lot of rain, which was what led to Alonso's slight strategy mistake going on to dry tyres when everyone else was going to wets. I don't know if we can blame Alonso or Aston Martin for that, but it didn't go well for them. So that is very unfortunate. And here we go, Verstappen is making the overtake already. Right. Use that energy, Fernando. I think this is going to come down to a battle against Perez. It is very close. Also, an overtake in Monaco. Brave. Very brave. Alonso is still fighting very aggressively, which I appreciate.
Okay, so keep going.
He's actually doing great. He will eventually lose out to the superior speed of the Red Bull, but I don't know. He's really fighting it. Now, he will have DRS coming up to this starting straight, but I'm not sure how much that's going to do. Current objective, survive. It's now come to my attention, by the way, looking at the objective, that our objective is to win, so that's even more concerning. Clearly, my brain had a bit of a whoop, and we read 2nd or higher when the option was clearly higher than 2nd. So we need to get past Max. So what we're going to do is we're going to harvest energy a little bit while we've got this DRS going.
Okay.
And I think what we're going to have to do is just push
Okay.
really hard on the last couple of laps. And I don't know how capable we're going to be of doing that on these tyres. I feel like we're heading for a crushing loss, much like real life. Still devastated about that. 12 wins in a row, by the way, for Red Bull. 8 of them, Max Verstappen. Well, 8 in a row for Max Verstappen. 10 overall victories for Verstappen. Tyres are starting to overheat a little bit. How are Max's tyres doing? 41% mediums, huh? That is much faster than the Aston, apparently. Concerning. Right, let's burn off some of that energy. Perez is
You can do it.
perilously close. I don't feel like a victory is going to be possible here. I blame my inexperience as a team principal. Clearly, I'm never going to get that real-life job. I don't have a speed dial to Gene Haas. That's the main problem. To ask to borrow even more money to replace the thousands of front wings that Kevin Magnussen broke for me in F1 Manager 22. Right, Alonso has closed the gap a little bit. We may be able to pick up some DRS on the last lap.
3 more laps. 3 more
He
laps.
is closing. We're going to just let him burn that energy. Because it is going to refresh quite rapidly with how heavy the braking is. As you can see there, he wasn't even braking that much around that corner. Still built up a little bit more energy, which is good. Now, what I'm hoping is, in these last couple of laps, as we speed up a little bit, for time reasons, is that Max Verstappen's tyres just give up the ghost. That would be excellent. However, he's very good at managing them. Now, Alonso has caught a little bit. Where is our DRS detection line? It is just coming up now, and we will have it on the main straight. Alonso is gaining like a Terminator, which is very, very good news. He's still got it. 42 years old this weekend, Alonso. Happy birthday to the big man. He is really catching him. The tyres are cooking. I've told him not to push on tyres too much because they will just fall off. So that's the option that we're leaving here. We are going to have to calm down on fuel a little bit. We are losing that. I think this is the last lap. I'm going to harvest energy for these last couple of corners.
And a bit of charging.
And fingers crossed we have enough to make a push on the final lap. I'm not feeling overly confident about this, to be honest. Tyre check, still ruined. Max's and Alonso's. And honestly, I think we're just going to have to attack. We're just going to have to go full aggression on this final lap. We are not gaining, unfortunately.
1 more lap.
But, I mean, it all comes down to this.
And use energy.
Burn the fuel as well. Just have at it, Alonso. Now, this is where you guys come in, because you should be the experts here, dear viewers. What would you do in this situation? Would you be Lance Stroll and sit back and relax? Because he's having a great time. Alonso, not so much. Not so much. And I'm not feeling confident about this unless we can absolutely fly through Sector 3 and somehow make an overtake in the last part of the Monaco lap, which is extremely unlikely. Alonso is really doing his best. I can't wait to have another crack at this and do a few things differently. Maybe hold off a little bit more on the energy to start with. Save up a little bit more for the end. They do burn through it very quickly. And unless Alonso makes a move on this final corner, which he has not, it's going to be very close though. I feel like it's not bad for a first attempt. I feel like if we'd managed to squeeze in a pit stop, we could have had that. It was a good attempt though. 0.7 seconds behind. We did achieve second place, still beat Perez, the king of the streets, as some people called him, although that has fallen off very rapidly. It was close. It was a good effort, Fernando. You did very well. So, what I'm going to do is try out some of the other scenarios. For a start, if you would like to see more videos of the other scenarios, please let me know. I'm going to have to give this one another go. I would really like to get Alonso that sweet, sweet first place trophy. Lance Stroll finishing in 5th place. He was in no danger, required no management whatsoever. Good lad. We like an independent driver. It means I have to do less work, which I'll probably mess up. But that is it. Sadly, Alonso could not make it to the top step, but he will go and bonk someone over the head with a champagne bottle and maybe break a trophy, we don't know yet. Like I said, F1 Manager 23 is available now, so you should definitely pick it up and give it a go yourself. I'm sure you can do better than I, because, well, we're doing a career mode with Mercedes right now. We have the very odd pairing of Lewis Hamilton and Yuki Tsunoda, because what's an F1 Manager run without a bit of carnage? And it's going, well, it's going. We just did Bahrain in stream number 1. We managed a I feel like a 7th place for Hamilton in the end in that one. Not the worst thing in the world. We don't need to talk about Tsunoda's record. Don't worry about that. This is a great celebration screen, by the way. It may have been only a P2, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Good work, Max. You are, as usual, unbeatable. And there we go. So we will give that another go in the future, but my goodness me. First place with those tyres. That is asking a lot. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you fancy and you want to see more videos similar to this one. Come on over to Twitch, where I am currently streaming F1 Manager 23 every now and then, and a whole lot of other good stuff. Thank you again to Frontier Developments for providing the deluxe edition of the game, allowing me to try out all these wonderful scenarios, and I look forward to trying a few more of them. And I'm definitely going to go back to Monaco and get that damn P1. It's a matter of principle now. We must beat Max Verstappen at something. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.